Hello, my people, and welcome to those that are new. I'm Kristen, and you are in the good. Today, we are having our conversation around work path, career, abundance in that area. We're going to ask about what needs to come to light, what's already come to light that you need to be reminded of, what's hidden, what lies beneath, what are the insights, what are the validations. What's the path forward? Okay. All right. One fell out and I picked one. The one that fell out is ripeness. And the one that I picked is trust. This one came up last week as well. I think it was the career last week. You might want to check that one out. But this is representing what you have already created. And I'm feeling, looking at this card, that things have come to fruition. You've got a certain something that you wanted in life, or you set out to create a certain thing or to reach a certain goal or to attain a certain dream. And there has been progress. There has been evidence that the things you are doing are working. And there's a lot of alignment that has come in. You've worked hard. People are seeing that you can produce. People are seeing that you can finish something, that your tree bears fruit. But this coming in here feels like something new, this piece of fruit right here, because it's not on the tree. So I'm wondering, did this fall off the tree? Perhaps there was something that, because the things become ripe, right? But then you have to pick the fruit and the fruit gets eaten and it's no longer on the tree, right? Because you're enjoying it. I think part of what this is saying is it's okay to start. You don't need to hold on to things as much. You can let go and allow yourself to receive, to nourish yourself with what you have created. This is also perhaps representing something that fell off, something that you created, something that was part of your overall package that you offered to the world, something about yourself that you would offer that maybe you no longer want to offer anymore because you want to make room for either bringing in something new or for specializing in something more specific. And with trust, you need to trust that you're doing the right thing, that you have been doing the right things. You're very rooted. You have a lot of ideas. There's been a lot of mental stimulation between you and people. I think this fruit here could also be representing people that feel ripe to you, people that are on the same page with you, people that you've brought in, right? You're all on the tree together. This could also be something that you dropped or someone that dropped out. It's not that it wasn't abundant or full or ripe. There was no room for it anymore. And it's trusting that it's okay to let things go. It's okay to specialize. This idea that you have to become maybe more niche is a very good idea. And it can be a little bit like you're free flying, like you're free falling. It's like, where am I going to land if I decide to remove, right? If I decide to step back and nourish myself more with my own abundance by picking some of this fruit and making a fruit salad with it, or just lying back and enjoying it and eating it, will I get more production? Will there be something to take its place? Will people come in that are going to be more specialized in what I need, as far as like having my resources that I need from the outside, needing other people? With the red in the card, you are very rooted and grounded as you take this risk, as you trust yourself, that whatever it is that you are changing, it can feel a little bit like you don't know where you're going, but you know that the only way to get to the next place in your career path is to just like fly off the cliff. And you're ready for it. There's a lot of heart here as well in making these decisions. It's also about my heart feels like this is the right thing to do. It can be really difficult to switch in our careers, especially if it's been working, or certain people have done well by us. And it's never about someone's bad or something is wrong. It's just about what's right for me right now. This also is flying solo, so you might be leaving to create something that is just yours. And you're just like, okay, I gotta take this risk because I'm not gonna know unless I try. Let's grab one of these. Happy, happy. Because you're looking for your happiness. This sitting on this egg, it's like the hen sitting on the eggs, right? To be able to nurture them, right? You need to nurture yourself. You need to pick from you produced a tree that's got a ton of fruit on it, and you need to pick some of that fruit to nurture yourself so that you can nurture and have enough energy and enough inner resource and enough mental clarity and have enough heart, right? By nurturing yourself, you nurture that very being of that self-love that you have, that makes you feel okay with taking a risk, that makes you feel uncomfortable with the uncomfortable, that you will be, there's a happiness. And looking for a dream with this star, there's something that you're holding close to your heart. And regardless of whether it works out the way you think it's going to work out, it's just important that you do it. So if you're here, you got to try it, because whatever the process is, you got to do it. You got to take the action. It's important to your process to move forward, to take the chance, to follow your heart. It's like you wished upon a star for something, and maybe you're flying back to your original dream, to your original intention with your career path. It's okay to take little paths, right? It doesn't have to be one path. It can be a road that's got a lot of different, it's like being on the freeway. You can get off here, you can get off here, you can get off here. You can always get back on the freeway. Maybe you needed a stop. Maybe you needed a snack. Maybe you just wanted to stop and look at something. Maybe you needed to take these different avenues, try these different things. But you are finding your way back to what you originally maybe had in your heart as even a child. Because this egg to me feels very like what you were born to do, like what's innately in you, like that is what is your natural self. You learned all these things, and you were these things for other people to fit into a certain structure so that you could succeed, so that you could take care of yourself, so that you can learn different things. And it's all been valuable, no matter what the circumstance is now. You're just taking it on to the next thing. You're taking it on to what your wish upon a star was, or what's in your heart, or what lights your heart up. Because you don't need to sacrifice what brings you joy in your heart for your career path, for your abundance, for your financial success, for your career success. Sometimes we have to kind of, okay, now I'm going to do more for me. Now I'm going to do more for the structure. This is going to move me forward. And I'm going to do that because my long-term wish, in order to get there, I need to veer off here. But sometimes it can be really easy to stay in the routine, to stay where it is very comfortable and where it's working. And there's never anything wrong with making that decision, but you are wanting to trust yourself, to trust that you need to just take a risk, take a dare, take a chance. It's part of your happiness. It's going to make you happy just to do it, and you will get something extremely valuable. Maybe it's even just proving to yourself that you can take the risk. For some of you, it's going international. You want to move somewhere internationally, someplace that you've always wanted to live, and try a different kind of career that you know that you could really be good at. For some of you, it is about, there's a partnership, a romantic partnership, and either this person wants to come to you and they want to create something with you. It's like you've both got this person, like this piece of fruit's moving up, it's moving in, it wants to be a part, right? It's ripe, it's juicy, it's passionate. It's a partnership that feels grounded, like the love and the romance and the passion. It's very, very grounded, it's rooted, it's stable. Like you have found this very stable thing that has structure and commitment to it and a lot of heart. It's perhaps working together with them. I'm getting that for some of you, that it's about taking a risk, that you can do that you, through all your experiences with romance in the past, that you know that this is right. This is right to trust this person with this. It feels a little bit like, maybe there are people telling you don't do it, but you know that it's right. It could also be a really intimate friendship, like a really close friend. And you both you both have an idea to start a kind of a business, some kind of services. For some of you, you want to offer something in your local area that is very, very, very needed. And there isn't really a lot of it, but there's a need for it. And it's like, don't leave your job. It's really great, but you know that this product or service is really needed in your area. And you've got a partner, whether it be a lover or a friend, and you want to go in on it together. It's about creating new life and about creating happy life. It's about how does my job and my career and my financial stability fit into my overall life holistically, so that I feel like I'm living a life, that my job isn't living my life, that I have the space to have connections with the people in my life. And I want to feel, we all want to feel connected to our work and have a relationship with our work where it's functional in our life, where it works with our life, where it's integrated into our life, where there's flow. It's kind of moving in and out of work and life and pleasure and work and friendships and family and lovers and friends and family. And now I'm focusing on this for work a lot, and we did that. And now we're going to take, for some of you, you want to take a certain chunk off during the year. Either you want to take summers off, or some of you want to be able to create something so that you could be home when your children are home after school, or you want to be able to take summers off, or you want to be able to travel internationally with your job. 3 fell out, so these are the 3. So with the Knight of Wands, it's really wanting to take, this is a risk, really wanting to take risks, but safe risks. Like, it's not just, okay, I have this idea and it came to me and I want to do this. This is something that I think that you have been planning for a while, even with a lifetime since you were a kid. And it may not be the exact thing that you had in mind and you said in kindergarten at 5 years old, but there's something around certain interests, certain, like who you are in your essence, that you've always been, that you want to bring into your work, and you want to nurture it like a child. It's like you want to give birth. It's like giving birth to something that is a part of you. And with the 6 of Wands, and with the Hermit. So again, we see the star and looking to the North Star, but you don't want to overanalyze and over-isolate yourself. Hermit and the 6 of Wands. So they're opposites, right? You spend time taking that, you're going internal. It's like internal heart, right? It's like the feeling in your heart that you're feeling into, that you've spent maybe a lifetime or for years feeling that you haven't presented to the world. 6 of Wands wants to present it to the world, knowing that there's a community around you that wants to celebrate your riding into this place of, this is victory after a battle often, but this is not allowing the ego to lead you forward, right? Because it's not about instant gratification, which can often be like there's the shadow side of this card that can be a little bit about wanting to be seen as the victor. Here in this particular Six of Wands, this person is coming in humbly, because a battle is not an easy thing to be in. A war is not easy to be in. So if you've been perhaps at war with yourself about what it is that's truly going to make you happy, if you've been at war with yourself because perhaps for some of you, the familial story, the family story is don't take risks. Perhaps it came from your mother or father, and we don't take risks. I'm staying in this position because I have to take care of the family and I don't want to take this risk. A real example, my dad was offered the opportunity to go to medical school, I think when my brother was a baby, and he's an engineer. I call my dad an inventor. He has many, many patents in Washington in communications. But he thought it was intriguing, this idea of going to medical school, and it would have been paid for. But he didn't really want to take the risk or take the chance. At the time, that's when they were inventing heart surgery and putting in the things with the heart. Interesting that it was about the heart, because I think he really liked the idea of it, but he just was afraid. He didn't want my mother to work, and he had a family. So there's something around, and I'm telling you this story because I think we all have familiar stories, whether it's with family of some sort, friends that are telling you don't take a risk, don't do a YouTube channel, you're never going to make money doing that, everybody wants to be an influencer, or don't give up your corporate job and open up a store in this town, or whatever it is. And it's not that my father sits around regretting it, but it was something like, yeah, I could have done that. He went on to be successful, as I'm sure you're successful. But it's like, what if I just would have tried something a little bit different, tried something that wasn't the norm, right? Going to school and having my wife work, because I'm older. So like back then, it wasn't like it is now. So it was a little bit different. And I think, what will other people think? So we want to not worry about what other people think, because we can stay in this hermit mode a little bit too long. Hermit is wonderful, but if you spend too much time thinking about analyzing it, keeping it to yourself. It was interesting because in this card, this hermit is not looking at the star. It's not looking at what it wants to, give birth to, what it wants to nurture. The head is down. It feels to me like there's a hill here. It's like, oh, I'm just going to keep climbing. I'm going to keep climbing. So perhaps you've been battling with yourself for a long time about taking this risk. And what I feel is, in this card, this is you after a lifetime of the sacrifices that you made, of being in the story of yourself and why you can't, or why you shouldn't, or why other people think you can't, and what you shouldn't do, and like, this is not practical. This feels like you're riding after a lifetime of battling these thoughts, this looping in this. And it's like you humbly and very quietly get on your horse and cross the finish line. And these feel like all the ancestors. This feels like all the people in your life and the generations and the wisdom that's in your DNA from every relative you've ever had. There might even be specific relatives that have passed on, or friends who would want this for you, who would be there for you. And as you begin to contemplate and begin to work your way into taking this risk, right, to trusting yourself, to knowing you're going to be okay, that this is infinite possibilities of everything and anything that you can do, that your happiness is important, that having a job that is integrated into your life, that gives you a balanced life that bears fruit for you, where you feel like badass and like riding off into your own personal sunset. You've got this. I'm going to dare. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to do it. And it may seem to other people like I'm rushing into this thing, or I'd say, but I know what I know because I've been through this process of looking at myself, of going into my heart, of doing the analytics. And I know that I can do this, that life doesn't have to be a battle. It can be a victory. And you are supported very much by there's someone that's passed on that is, or people that have passed on, people that have been in your life. If they haven't passed on, they're mentors, people that have known, that knew you when you were younger. And for some of you, it was an old teacher, it was an old boss. That really, it's like they may not be in your life, but they've got your back, and you can tune into their energetic supports. You're not doing this alone. And for those of you that have a partner or a friend that you're going into this with, this is something that you have to think of like dynamic duo energy. That if you can trust someone enough to partner with them and do this, and you know that it's the right thing, the energies, the creative energies, the intelligence that gets put into the structure, to the business plan, it's gonna lead you right into a victory. All right, that is Career Path this week. I hope that you will check out the weekly love reading. Please check out the weekly energies. They always come out on Monday, and there are meditations on the channel. I am Kristen. Please give me a thumbs up. It helps me know that this resonates with you. Let me know what other kind of readings that you would like to hear from me, because I am here to serve you. And check out the comments below and let me know what worked, tell me what business that you're thinking about creating and who you're thinking about creating with and how long you've wanted to do it. And please subscribe if you are called, because I would love to have you in the community. It would be an honor. I will see you next time. Bye.